Gear Patrol calls their new dive watch the best sub-$500 dive watch. Full stop. Men's Health rated them as the most stylish solar watch in the game. Who are we talking about? It's Movement. They're leveling up your gift giving with the sleekest watches you can buy and the biggest deals of the season. From their innovative ceramic materials to sexy automatic divers, from ultra-thin dress watches to solar-powered statement pieces, and everything in between, Movement is making sure you're the good gifter this year for your family, your friends, or for yourself. And now you can take advantage of 30 to 50% off Movement's California clean watches, jewelry, and accessories to get them a gift they'll never forget. With fast, free shipping and returns and amazing bang for your buck, Movement makes for a relaxed shopping experience. And with one-size-fits-all watches, it's an easy, elegant gifting experience too. Shop 30 to 50% off now at mvmt.com. That's mvmt.com.
Oh, I didn't clap this time.
Because I'm here. Welcome back to the Potted Together podcast. My name is Becca, and I am joined by my co-host. Wait, did I do it wrong?
No, it's just the way you're weird. Looking, because you're just like,
Should I sit over here?
Like, I want you to be involved. I don't want it to just trying to involve you too, okay? Am I the asshole? Okay, welcome back to the Potted Together podcast. My name is Becca, and I'm joined by my co-hosts, Adam and Nicole.
Hello.
In the De La studio, Nicole. Woo!
Yeah.
We do have Nicole in the De La studio.
I'm in Missouri.
We've got Adam on the tripod.
In Missouri.
Adam's the asshole for not coming to Missouri.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
No, so we are actually doing an Am I the Asshole Houseplant edition, or just plant edition, because some of these are not houseplant related.
Yeah.
And we're going to be reading some stories that we found on Reddit. These are all public, so I feel okay morally about reading these. Yeah. Somebody posted them and left it there, so. But yeah, so before we do that, we got to catch up. Yep. And I know a lot about what Nicole's been doing this week, but I want to know what Adam has been doing this week, because you took a trip.
I did, yeah. I went home to surprise my mama for Mother's Day. It was, it was a semi-surprise. Like, she knew I was coming because I had to coordinate.
Oh, okay.
So it wasn't like I just showed up on the door and was like, hey, surprise. Because I truly don't think...
Which would be stressful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we've talked about this.
Yeah, like no surprise visits. No.
No.
I don't think I would ever do that to anyone, because I know that how much that would really irk me if someone was like, surprise, even if it's my best friend that I love. Like, I think my friend Chrissy, a friend of the pod, was going to do that to me, and Steve was like, look, because she was like trying to coordinate with Steve, and he was like, you can't do that. And Steve was like, the house needs to be clean, and if I start cleaning the house, he's definitely going to know something's going on.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I would. Anyway, I flew back to Nebraska, saw my fam bam, and got to meet my little niece for the first time. And she's so freaking cute.
She's adorable.
She's really cute. The side-by-side you posted, she looks a lot like your older niece.
Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't that wild?
I mean, they're sisters, so it makes sense. But yeah, that's really cute.
Half sissies. A lot of people were like, wow, that baby hasn't even aged, which I was like, har, but it was kind of funny. I was like, that skincare routine is on point.
That baby hasn't aged.
And then so many people were commenting on my Frosted Tips boy band vibe.
The tips. Yeah. Gotta love those JT tips.
2003 Adam. Wow. But yeah, Steve met my family, most of my family, for the first time. It was just like a good, very quick trip though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Kind of like this one. Because I'm leaving tomorrow and I got here yesterday. So,
yeah.
Which is kind of the same thing for you, right? When did you get out there?
We flew out Saturday and arrived like Saturday afternoon, and then flew back Tuesday.
Yeah. Okay.
Very quick. Yeah. How did it go meeting the fam?
Oh, fine. I don't know. I don't know if it's like my family, if it's just me, if it's just because I'm getting older, but like, it's not like this. it's not awkward. I don't know how to explain it, but it's not just like, it's not like this big like event, you know? It's like I am there because everyone else sees each other and is always there. So like then I come home and I don't feel like anything changes and they still just go about what they would normally do if I wasn't there. So it's just like, yeah, whatever. But it was good. I got to eat at Runza. I got to.
What is that?
Oh my gosh, it's so good. Midwest people. It used to only be in Nebraska, but I think it's in Colorado and places now. But it's just like a fast food place. It's like a little breaded meat pocket, which sounds gross, but it's really good.
I get it.
Breaded meat pocket.
Definitely Midwest.
That sounds like Midwest.
Yeah.
Bread and meat. A little bit of gravy.
A little bit of gravy, a little bit of mashed taters.
Oh, yeah. I got some Ted and Wally's ice cream in Omaha because that's also my favorite. Like, literally, we landed and I texted my brother and I was like, look, I pulled up the directions to my sister's house and Ted and Wally's is on the way. Can we please stop? And he was like, sure. And I was like, thank you. But yeah, it was good. The flight back home, we dropped when we made our descent. I could see a lot of clouds and I just knew there was a storm, and we went through a storm over the mountains. So it was like double whammy. I almost threw up on the plane. Like it was that kind of motion sickness. And I was like, oh, please don't let me throw up on this plane. Also, like sweat was dripping from my palms because I get so nervous and like it literally dripping. I would wipe my hand on Steve just so he knew how wet my hands get when I get so scared. And he was like, gross.
Gross, bro.
Gross. You need a napkin.
And then I saw lightning off in the distance. And then I was like, oh, lightning's going to strike the wing. It's going to explode. And we're just gonna tilt sideways and crash into the mountains. Like that's literally what was in my head the whole time.
Yeah. Going down.
That anxiety really gets hold and it like grips on, man. But also flying into Arizona, into Phoenix is the literal worst all the time.
Really?
For me, it's always been that way. It's always been the plane
really
rocking back and forth. And I just have to keep telling myself it's like the wind off the mountains. And it doesn't help that you can see the mountains because that's why your brain goes there. You're like, we shouldn't be flying this close to the mountains. And then my head goes to that movie Alive where they were like eating each other because they crashed. Anyway.
Why do you watch these movies?
Yeah, like you put these images in your Nicole. Like you put these images in your head. You choose that when you watch these movies.
It is my fault, 100%.
Oh my gosh! But yeah, we landed, and I was like, "PTL, praise the Lord, if you believe." I don't, and then. Still gonna thank him.
But I bet you said it. I bet you thanked him.
Oh, it was our first trip away from Mai Tai too.
Yeah, how did he do?
Yeah, how did he with his sitter?
Oh, yeah, he was great. He was with my friend Jessie, and she has his sister because her mom is the owner of Mai Tai's sister, but Jessie is potty training her because she works from home, obviously. So it's easier to potty train if you work from home.
Yeah.
So then I asked her to watch Mai Tai because I was like, oh, that'd be easy. And yeah, so she was keeping me updated the whole time with like cute little pics and videos. But I knew I think he was looking for her last night when we got home. Like, because he's had like a buddy, you know?
Yeah.
And the cats are like, fuck off, bro.
Yeah.
Truly.
We loved being without you.
Yeah.
The cats, were you able to just like do an automatic feeder and just leave them for the weekend?
Yeah. We set it for 3 times. And then I put one of the cameras on them just so I make sure that it goes off, even though if it doesn't, I don't know what I'll do. But I have friends here that I think would come over. But yeah, that was our trip. I'm still feeling really tired because, you know, when you're just like are not in your normal habits, it feels weird, you know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
But yeah, that's my update. Oh, I've watched The Diplomat on the plane, both trips.
Oh, with what's her name?
Carrie Russell. I'm obsessed.
Really?
And the whole night.
I started it. I'm like 10 minutes in. I couldn't.
You couldn't?
I had to do something. No, I had to do something. Like I couldn't like focus on it.
Steve was watching with me last night and he was like, this is like the West Wing. So then I looked up and the producers and the writers are from the like West Wing. But it's about, you know, her being an ambassador to the UK and like the politics behind like being an ambassador and what that job is very good. I really enjoyed it.
Okay, I'm gonna have to watch it. I love her. I loved her in like since Felicity.
Yeah. And she was in a show called The Americans, but I never watched that. But now I think I'm going to go back and watch it.
Yeah, that's right. I didn't watch that either. She's also been in like a couple Lifetime movies. I like her. I love her.
What's her name?
Carrie Russell. She has like, well, when she was a teen or like a young actor, her hair was just like her look. Long, curly hair.
Uh-huh.
Like real big hair.
Oh.
Yeah.
Her. Oh, she was in like some crime show as well. Like some old crime show.
Oh, really?
I think so. I feel like she was on... Hold on. Oh, no, it wasn't a crime show. It was something very opposite of a crime show. Okay, ignore me.
I was like, oh, Becca, you're watching crime shows now.
What show, though, is? I want to know.
Was it Felicity?
No, it's a movie called Waitress. Like, it's not at all what I was thinking. She has a face like a... What's that like FBI show that's really popular? Like CSI. She has a face where she could be on CSI.
Mm-hmm.
Although she was in a movie.
She
was in a movie about aliens that kind of freaked me out.
Oh, that's right.
Was it called like The Fourth something or?
I don't remember.
She was in Mission Impossible 3.
No, it was after that.
Dawn of the Planet of the Apes?
No.
Oh, that was a good one.
Dark Skies.
Dark Skies. That's what it was. It was Dark Skies.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh, she was in Scrubs. Oh. I just scrolled to that, and that is where I have seen her before. She was on that for 9 years.
Yeah, she was in Scrubs. I didn't watch Scrubs.
Okay, that's why I know her face. Because I was like, I've seen the movie Waitress, but that cannot be why she seems familiar. Like, that movie is so, like, random.
If you, like, I mean, it's a political drama-ish, but it was very interesting, so I really enjoyed it. Great show.
Yeah. You finished it?
I did. Yeah. Now I'm like, and it's already been picked up for a second season, thankfully. They told me that at the end of the first. I was like, good.
Nice.
They told you. They messaged you personally.
Netflix do be canceling shows like crazy.
They do.
Yeah.
I will never forgive them for canceling Santa Clarita Diet. Never.
Oh, did you like that show?
I did.
I didn't watch that either. Do you think I would like that?
Yeah, it's funny.
It's about murder.
Okay.
Doesn't she needs to eat people, right?
Yeah,
that's what that is.
And
it's Drew Barrymore.
I love Drew Barrymore.
And Timothy, not Chalamet, but Belafonte. I don't know. He's funny though.
Timothy Chalamet plays her opposite.
Wait, who was that? Anyway,
he's hot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's pretty hot.
It's not Chalamet. Well, there is a Timothy Chalamet, and he's attractive, but
this whole setup right here, this shot of you with your mic stand, you look like a gamer. You look like you're seriously heavily invested in a game right now.
It's Timothy Oliphant. Sorry.
I think I know who that is. I know the name.
Anywho,
I'm still watching Fatal Attraction. With Joshua Jackson. You need to start that. Now that you're done with one show, you need to start that. Okay. But first you should watch the original movie. Just saying. Okay. I digress.
Nicole, what have you been up to before you got here? Because we can recap what we've done so far too.
Yeah, well, I didn't really do much last week. I knocked out a ton of editing, like a ton. I got it like all done. And then what's funny?
Sorry. Is it so awkward for you guys to be facing each other so close and feel like you have to like talk forward?
It's like awkward.
I'm feeling like I have to like look at you and I'm like, this is so weird.
And I'm hoping my breath doesn't smell bad. I literally just brushed my teeth.
No, you're fine. Well, it isn't mine.
No. Okay, well,
I did take a nap.
And then remember And then remember we were recording in San Diego and like halfway through an episode, Becca must have thought, she was like, this smells. And she starts gagging.
Did we leave that in or did we cut it out? I can't remember if I left that in.
I think we cut it out because she didn't announce that she was pregnant.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. That should make it into the baby episode. Oh
She
my
just
god.
looks, she just looks at me and she's like, this stinks.
Like, do something about this, please.
I think it was because she saw me like licking mine. I was like really talking into it. And then she was like, wait a minute. Someone else has talked into this one that I'm using. But it
stinks. But you very kindly got us you got us new little
Covers.
little covers. I had nothing to worry about. I don't know why. It just suddenly, it hits me so like quickly. Like this morning, I was putting dishes in the dishwasher and it smelled a little funky.
I had to finish it.
Yeah, I just stopped. I was like, oh, this dishwasher stinks. I just like turned away and I'm like gagging. And Nicole's like, I'll do it. It's fine.
She's like, okay. And she ran as quick as she could out of the kitchen.
oh my gosh.
So no, like I didn't do much before I left. Like I just tried to get it all done because this weekend's my birthday. I'm turning 40 this weekend. By the time you listen to this, I expect all the birthday wishes. But no, driving here, it was just so beautiful. Like because I didn't get to see anything really driving here with you.
Yeah.
We saw the sunset, which was beautiful. But then it was pure blackness the rest of the way.
Yeah, like after Bloomington.
Terrifying.
After Bloomington Normal, it was dark.
And
that's a long way to drive in the dark too.
Yeah, but like, and driving here was like, I understand why we hit so many animals because like the roads are like really windy, really hilly. You can't really see anything coming.
And not a lot of interstate once you get like once you like get into Missouri, it like takes you on all those 2-lane highways, you know?
Yeah, they're like routes.
Which is so annoying. I hate those two. Again, like the speed limit's like 60 on them.
Yeah.
I have been pulled over for going a lot over 60. Like one time, like the most, I'm not proud of this. I'm not. They clocked me going 81.
Oh, ma'am, do you know how fast you were going?
And I was like,
I'm from Arizona.
Yeah. I'm not from around here. No, I was like, I think I was going around 70. He's like, no. I'm like, okay, well, take me in. Like,
what did he do? Did he take your license?
No, he just gave me a hefty ticket.
Oh.
I think it was like $300.
That's a very hefty ticket.
Yeah,
that's
criminal offense.
Well, I want to say that's like, there's a certain point of speed that you're going to where it is actually like
a criminal offense. Yeah, I think I was in that threshold. It's over 15, isn't it?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah. He put on the ticket that I was going 81 and it might have been a 65. That might have been my
saving grace.
Yeah.
It was bad. I'm not proud of that. I don't do that anymore. But I have a heavy foot. I'm from Arizona.
Yeah.
I don't think about it. Really, people don't get pulled over for speeding on highways that often there.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know where they would pull you over on these routes because there's no shoulder. And that's another reason why like these animals come out of nowhere and you don't have time.
Yeah.
Did you hit anything?
I didn't.
No, but when we were driving today to Vintage Hill, anytime she'd see even dead roadkill, she'd slow down, like slam on the brakes and like swerve around it. And I'm like, oh God.
Yeah, I'm very paranoid.
It's like every 5 seconds though, because there's so much right now.
Coming back here, the amount of dead armadillo on the side of the road. Like, I didn't even think that this part of the U.S. had armadillos.
Yeah, I didn't know either.
I thought that was like a Southwest thing.
Yeah. I thought like they only lived in Texas, but that's just me being silly. Like armadillos are from Texas.
They don't cross the border.
Yeah. Border Patrol is at the border. Yeah, lots of armadillos.
Yeah.
And they just look really sad.
And like dead little turtles. Ooh.
So many turtles.
But I didn't hit anything, so there was a major accomplishment there. There was amazing weather. It rained for like 2 minutes, which was a perfect amount to get like all the dead bugs off my windshield. Mm-hmm. So it was great. But I will say, as soon as I came into Missouri, I told this to Becca, it's so beautiful. Like the trees are beautiful. Like everything's just so lush and green. But the amount of Confederate flags flying still is like astronomical, and it's disgusting. And I'm like, how is that even legal anymore to fly? That should be illegal.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's so embarrassing.
It is embarrassing because it's like you lost. That wasn't even a flag that they used. Like hashtag not my Ariel probably started there. And I'm just like, whatever.
Yeah, seriously. Hashtag not my Ariel. For real.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. And Nicole made a very funny TikTok.
I saw that.
Coming into Missouri, and it's just dilapidated Trump flags. And
the Trumpers are just aggressive, you know? Like, I was telling Becca, I passed by this beautiful house. It was so nice. Wraparound porch, just huge, big house. Pretty trees in the back. And they're flying a Trump flag. This flag was so big. And it was like 2024, bring America back, you know? Like, no. But then also the Trump flags from 2020 that are just all dilapidated and ripped up and look like they've been through shit.
Yeah.
It's like, Becca's like, isn't that disrespectful to a flag?
I'm like, isn't that a little disrespectful to Daddy Trump? Like, maybe they get a new flag? Like,
God.
But no, it was a nice drive, and it did not feel like 6 hours. Well, it was more like 6.5, but it didn't feel like that.
Yeah. It's honestly not a bad drive. Like, it really is just like a straight shot pretty much.
Yeah.
There's like, I remember one part where you're going through like farmland-ish.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it's just like, just drive.
Just driving. So, before you left, Mama Clean Leaves got home.
She got home literally at midnight. No, like 1 a.m.
Yeah.
The morning I left. So I had to pick her up at like 12:30. It was fine. Like her flight was fine. Oh yeah, because we talked about this last week, right? Okay. No, her flight was fine. It was on time. She actually landed early, which was great. And then I picked them up at like 12:45.
Oh did she get home and immediately was
so
like,
late.
Why is this out? Why is this right here?
No.
Okay.
She went to bed, thank God. And then I left in time because I took Mia to school the next morning. She's like, well, I want to come down because I got you guys gifts. So like, I'll come down at 7:00, like before you leave. And I was like, okay. So I gave her Mother's Day gift. We exchanged and I was like, okay, bye. See you on Thursday. Mm-hmm. So like Jay texts me and he's like, your mom's already going off. And I was like, about what?
Oh
he called me. He called me when I was on my way here. He's like, no, she's just telling Ted, like, we need this, we need that. You got to go to the store and get groceries. Oh, my
God.
He's like, the way she talks to him. And I was like, I know. He's a saint.
Do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I feel like I planned this perfectly.
You did. You did.
I can get back and she already got it all out of her system, you know?
Yeah. Perfect.
I hate when people ask me like Daniel will do this thing where like I've moved something and he goes, why did you move that? I'm like, I don't
the dog spray yesterday.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't know. Like what I don't
She's like, that one's empty, Dan. I don't know. There was another one in the cabinet, but it's not there. And he's like, well, where did it go? Or something like that. Jay does that shit too.
If I knew where it was, it would be on the freaking fireplace where the other one is, Daniel. Like, but he always does that. Like, I'll move something. He's like, oh, why'd you? Or just like some obscure thing that I've done. He's like, why'd you do that? I'm like, I don't know. Like,
I felt like it.
Why did you get out of bed that certain way? Like, you just did it. Like, I don't know.
I can't explain that.
I just move things. Like, I live in the house. Like,
right,
things get moved around, shuffled around. My pile goes from here to here. Like,
this is just to clarify for the audience. This is the spray that we spoke about last week, where Daniel and Becca have their routine. As soon as the dogs come inside, they're like, "We'll spray them down. They smell like outside."
He was very diligent about making sure that they were wiped and sprayed, and I was like, "There's some dedication in that. That's kind of impressive." Becca just takes it. She's like, "Shh, okay, go."
Literally, I just straight down the back, but he's like down the back, on their chest, on their stomach. I'm like, God, on top of their head, just like a tiny little spray on top of their head, and he rubs it in. I'm like, oh my God,
he rubs it in.
Yeah, and then he'll sit. Yeah, he will rub it in, and I just spray them and let him. I don't even rub it in.
And then so he brought him in. They couldn't find the spray. So I was sitting down. We were at the table looking through pictures, and I hear him spraying. And I was like, "Oh, you found the spray?" And he's like, "Well, it's not the good spray." I was like, "Oh, you got a backup to the backup spray."
Yeah, we have a backup spray just in case.
I love that.
Oh, yeah.
It's cute.
But so you're in Missouri.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We're taking maternity photos. Well, we took some yesterday. Mm-hmm. We're going to take some more today.
Mm-hmm.
Are you?
It's been fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Today is my nudie shoot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Oh, I wanted to take behind the scenes video yesterday, and I didn't.
Yeah, you can't do that today.
Yeah, I'm like,
can't do that today.
You'd probably get a lot of hits. I actually did this. Okay, first I want to
get
say,
some more followers. Let's talk about it.
Starting my OnlyFans. Somebody messaged me, and I want to preface, I didn't find this creepy. Okay. Mm-hmm. But they messaged me and they're like, "Oh, I'm so sad you didn't do World Naked Gardening Day this year. Like, it would have been so iconic with your belly." And I was like, I know.
Yeah.
I really wanted to, but I just got too busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can always take one of the photos we take today.
Yeah.
And use it next year.
That's so true.
And just say
throwback.
Yeah. Throwback to last year when I was too busy to do it. Because you had your baby shower on World Naked Gardening Day.
Yeah. I had people in my house all day, so it would have been weird being like, I'm
Naked.
gonna strip down. Can you guys all get out?
Yeah.
Can someone take this for me real quick?
Yeah.
Cover your eyes.
Yeah.
So
no, we have some inspo pics, and we're going to do it out in the woods. So she needs to spray herself down with some tick. some tick.
Some of that deep woods deep.
Deep woods deep. That's what it's called.
Deep for the deep woods.
Is it really called that?
Because we're deep woods deep. Yeah. It's called Deep Woods, but it has deep in it.
Yeah.
Anyway, but it is deep in the woods. Like, we're like under like trees and stuff. It's really pretty.
Oh my gosh. Are you freaking out about bugs? The snake.
I got a tick on me yesterday.
The snake. As soon as Becca posted those stories, I said, Nicole's freaking out right now. And I didn't even ask you. I just knew. I just knew. And I would have been too. I wouldn't even have walked in the door.
I messaged her and I was like, well, I guess I can't come over now. Or I guess I'm thinking about not coming over now. And then
people messaged me and they're like, is Nicole totally freaking out? I'm like, yeah.
But I knew when she posted trigger warning, I was like, that trigger warning was specifically for Adam.
100%.
Nobody else.
I was thinking about you in that moment. And I had a few people say thank you, but it was for you.
And you still watch the stories.
Oh, I did. Yeah.
It was kind of cute though.
Okay. It was big.
Okay, so for everybody who didn't see the story, I had like a tulip basket as my wreath for spring, and it's in the plant room.
Oh, it's the plant room.
Yeah, and there's moss in it, and a lot of the birds around here use moss for their nests. Mm-hmm. So they, like, this snake probably just thought there was a bird's nest in there. That's the only reason I can think that it would ever go up there.
Oh, like to look for birds?
Little eggs and babies to eat. Mm-hmm. It was looking for a meal. And so, yeah, it like climbed. I know. It climbed my door.
Yeah, how?
I had no idea that snakes could climb, but apparently they can. Like, they can climb trees and stuff. Like, how are they getting grip?
Trees? Yeah, maybe like the door. Maybe like it went up on the side of the building and then.
Well, kind of like those Joby gorilla pods. Kind of how you can wrap them around. I think that's what they do. They like go up and they wrap like around the tree and then scooch their height, scooch up and then. Oh, so fucking gross! I hate it.
I need to look at a video of a snake climbing.
Rat snakes are ones that, like, I've seen videos where they're like in chicken coops and like eating the chicken's eggs, and the chickens are freaking out because it's, their baby.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
and it makes me sad
because it's their baby.
And I've seen them like where they've gotten in people's cabinets because there was an egg in there. Like, how people keep some, like, eggs in a basket, like when you're on a farm.
Yeah.
And they open the cabinet and there's just like one in their cabinet eating some of the eggs. I burn it. Burn it.
Burn it to the ground.
So I need to know how this process went.
What process?
Of removing the snake.
Oh, we didn't do anything to remove it. We just walked away.
Oh, so it's still out there.
It's somewhere. Okay, look, they just swivel up. I literally do not know how.
Oh, that's a video.
Goes vertical.
No.
It just starts going vertical. It's using the screws on the side of this shed to like.
Let me see.
See how its body's like all kinked up right there?
Oh, that is horrifying.
Everybody has to.
And you know what? That is probably the size of what that snake was.
Yeah, it was really big. It was probably like. Sorry, not my chair. It was big. It definitely had like a 4-inch circumference, I would say. But it's anyway, so it was, we have like glass on our front door, so we were able to like look at it really close, and it was like looking into the door. It was looking at my plants. It was like, ooh,
predatory.
Lots of places to chill out in there.
So you don't know where it went?
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah. I was a little worried for my dogs, but it's non-venomous. So
yeah, the
okay.
cottonmouth that you posted a couple years ago definitely is not non-venomous.
Yeah, that one.
Where was that?
When we walked along the outside of the gate there, the fence, it was over there.
Dan has blue jeans on with Doc Marten boots, and I have like sweatpants with Crocs, but I had socks on. But Becca's like in like sandals and a dress, and he's just like, yeah, we're just gonna come through this way, and he's like smacking stuff out of the way, and I was like, you're such a country boy, like this is terrified right now.
Oh, during the shoot, we did this one where Daniel was facing away from the camera and I was facing forward. And Nicole was like, okay, now like look down at Becca and like smile at each other. And like we're doing that. And then all of a sudden I feel like a pop on my shoulder. And I'm like, my first thought was like, did he just pop as like a zit on my, like, because that is, I mean, it's not unlike him to like find something and like pick it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh. And Nicole's taking photos while this is happening.
The whole time.
So like this sequence is caught on photo. I was thinking of making like a GIF or something.
Yes, we totally should.
And he's like, oh, you had a tick on your shoulder. And it was embedded.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
So the pop was you feeling it pulling its head out.
Yes.
Just the tip.
Just the tip. It wasn't, I don't think it was embedded very far, but it was enough to like bite in. So I'm like, okay, it had to have been a few hours, but I don't even remember the last time I was outside prior to that. So I'm like, when did this tick get on me?
Yeah.
Anyway, and I have freckles all over my body. So so
it's hard to tell.
I can't tell sometimes. Like, sometimes I see a freckle, I'm like, is it moving?
So do I. That was me yesterday in the bathroom. I'm like, I don't remember that spot.
Yeah.
But I didn't. I did have a tick on me.
I don't remember that spot.
That's a 40-year-old spot. I did have one on me, but it was a baby. It was very tiny. Oh, now I'm getting itchy. And it was on like where my sweatpants like met my Crocs, you know.
I thought you were
fucker was moving fast.
I thought you were gonna say crotch. I was like, okay, Nicole.
No,
where my sweatpants meet my crotch. Oh my gosh.
TMI.
Yeah, but I'm glad that you found it, because those ones would be the ones I'd be worried I wouldn't find. The tiny ones.
Yeah.
But like, you can feel them crawling on you.
Yeah.
So
part of me would just wish that, okay, I don't want you to have one on you for this long, but it would be funny for you to have one on you and then to get home and for you to find it and need Jay's help pulling it out, because I just don't think he would want to.
He wouldn't. I don't think he would. He would be like, you need to ask somebody else. It could be on my ass and he probably wouldn't do it.
Call 911.
You gotta go to the ER.
Yeah, go to the fucking ER. Maybe he would with tweezers, but he ain't touching it. I know that.
I would love to see the whole reaction.
Oh, God.
I've heard that you can like squeeze them out like a zit. Have you ever seen that?
Oh, where you just squeeze your skin and they just...
I'm sure there's TikToks. There's TikToks.
TikToks.
Somebody on YouTube that I follow, they were like showing, it was a vlogger, and like their husband had a tick on his leg, and he was just sitting there like squeezing it out slowly instead of just like grabbing the head. I mean, then you know for sure you get the head because you don't want to leave the head.
Oh, leave the head.
Yeah.
Oh.
Lyme disease.
Yeah.
I guess you get Lyme disease if they bite you anyway, right?
It's like if they bite you and it's there for like more than 24 hours.
Yeah, it has to be inside of you for a certain amount of time.
Yeah. And then even if you but then there is hope because, and here's what I tell myself. If you know that it's been in there for a while and you go into the doctor, you can probably get a treatment so you won't get Lyme disease.
Oh, you can.
Allegedly. Okay, I'm not the Lyme disease.
Are you making this up right now? Because you look like you're making this up.
Allegedly.
I don't feel very confident about this. If I was a man, I would say this very confidently, but I am not. But I'm pretty sure there's like a treatment that can like make it so you don't actually get Lyme disease. Yeah. It's like if you get the tick and you don't know it's there for like days and you don't get any treatment, I think that's when it happens. I don't know. Okay, go look it up.
Yeah, I might have to do some Googling.
That's what I've told myself. Like, okay, even if it's in there for a day, I could still go to the doctor and I'd be okay.
Is there a higher risk being pregnant, or is it? Oh, I think I asked you this yesterday. Is the same risk?
I don't think there's a higher risk.
Okay.
If there is, I don't want to know.
Yeah.
Because either way, I'm gonna get them because I live here.
Yeah.
I'm like,
and you're going out there naked today, so.
I'm gonna be dated up.
Date woods date.
Date woods date. So that's pretty much what we've been doing. We went to Vintage Hill today to get some De La Tanks for Nicole.
And Brie.
And we were running way ahead of schedule because Nicole is who she is. So
well, we were gonna leave at 10. And then we ended up leaving at 9:30, but that was all you. You're like, I'm going to go get dressed. And I was like, oh, okay. She's getting dressed.
You were already dressed. Like
I was, but like I get dressed early just to like get awake.
Yeah.
You know? Getting dressed. Well, who am I kidding? I'm in my pajamas all day. But anyway.
Just different pajamas.
Yes.
Yeah.
So then we were having lunch and it was like noon. And I was like, oh, we have 3 hours till the podcast. So Becca took a nap.
I did. Yeah, I've been really tired, unfortunately. I don't have any energy. This is so unlike me.
Yeah. Well,
I'm never like this.
You literally have a parasite growing inside of you.
A parasite. Yes. And I can feel her kicking parasite all the time.
That's what you're
Did you get to witness the kicking or feel it, Nicole?
No, not yet. I didn't think about that. Oh, you gotta let me know.
I'll let you know. Yeah, it's like big kicks. Like you can feel limbs. Like I said last time. I'll let you know when it happens. And it's always on the sides here.
Yeah, that's probably where her feet are.
Yeah, I am going out now. It's expanding. Like wait, let me show you this photo. It's like I looked down at my stomach and it looked like that and I was like, ugh. What the hell?
You're morphing. Oh, that's your stomach?
That's my stomach. That's my rib cage right here. And that's how far out it's scooting. Like,
whoa.
Yeah, what?
Literally, like, rib cage. Boom.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Was that
Isn't
just
that
like
so weird?
Is that all the time, or was she just in a weird position?
That's pretty much all the time. Like at night, if I'm laying on my back, because if I'm standing, the weight is like centered. But if I'm on my back, then it just like flattens.
Yeah. Oh. Did you get one of those belly bands yet?
Yeah, I have one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it kind of gives me a stomach ache because it's so
constricting.
Yeah, but it's better than not wearing one.
Yeah.
So, yeah. If I'm, like, on my feet a lot in a day, like, doing a lot, then I'll put it on.
You're in your 3rd trimester now, right?
Well into.
Okay.
Yeah. And my doctor told me the baby is head down.
That's very good.
Yeah.
You don't want it to be butt down.
She's ready to dive out.
She's going in.
Oh, my gosh.
She said, I'm out of here. Okay. Do we have anything else we want to say?
38 minutes. I thought this was going to be a short catch-up. Who am I fooling?
Why do you ever think that? Like, I feel like you're the one that's like, oh, I thought this was going to be a short catch-up. It's never a short catch-up.
No.
Never.
Okay, so again, we are doing Am I the Asshole stories. So, people wrote these in on Reddit, and I just searched in the Am I the Asshole subreddit, plants and houseplants, and this is some stuff. Some of these are pretty old, but others, I think one of them was like 16 days ago even. So
I know that we're going to do like I Want to Leave America topic on the Patreon, but like, or Patreon, but like I think we should do an Am I the Asshole, like other topics, because there's probably a lot of good wedding ones on there.
Oh my gosh, I bet we could each pick a topic.
Yes,
you can do wedding, Adam can do, I don't know, whatever Adam wants to do, and I'll do whatever I want to do.
I was waiting for you to be like, Adam can do some gay shit, and then I'll just do whatever I want to do.
Adam can do the LGBTQ plus section.
Yeah,
I don't.
Alphabet Mafia.
Yeah. No. I think that'd be really funny.
It would be.
It would
okay.
be fun.
Well, there's
Honestly,
June Patreon sorted.
Yep. Done.
Yeah.
Go join.
We could do, like, honestly, we could do 2 Patreon episodes a month with how much we talk. Like,
I know. We probably could.
$10 tier, 2 bonus episodes.
What do you guys think? Do you want that? DM us.
Adam's like,
No.
A little busy.
No.
Another
busy.
podcast over
I've got
here.
2 podcasts.
Something new. Fam, potted together fam. We started pre-roll and post-roll ads.
Oh yeah, if you've noticed.
And we
something
didn't give
different.
you a heads up, so I'm sorry, but thanks
Am I
for
the
listening to
asshole
those.
For not telling people.
Yeah.
Are we the assholes for just randomly starting that? Yeah, it's like similar to YouTube. We make a couple of cents off of each ad. It's not like a ton, but it is helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's another egg in the basket.
Yeah, which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
So thanks for listening to those. And if you see or hear a problematic one, let us know. But I'm pretty sure I have most of them marked. Like most of the ones that I was like, these are problematic, I have them canceled out.
Okay.
All like topics.
Yeah, political,
Politics.
body modification, diet, all of those.
Mm-hmm.
Religion.
Cool.
Yeah.
Those are the big ones.
Those are those big ones.
Okay, so I don't know who wants to go first, but feel free to fire away.
I'll go first. All right.
So read the title.
Am I the asshole for not letting my husband grow pot plants at our home? And in this, they mark it as asshole.
Oh, so people have decided.
So people decide whether you're an asshole or not.
Okay.
So I guess this person is an asshole. My husband, 39 male, and I, 40 female, have been married for 7 years and have a 3-year-old son. Ooh, 3-year-old son at 40. Bless your heart. We live on a few acres outside of the suburbs in the Midwest. Your neighbors?
Yeah, I'm like, who could that be?
We have an array of animals as well, pretty much all my idea, except for the dog. We have 4 chickens, 3 turtles, 2 goats, and a cat. Our property was not set up for housing these kinds of animals, so we had to build a lot of it ourselves. Oh, shoot. I just skipped. Sorry. Well, my husband built a lot of it. I helped. He also built a bunch of raised beds so we can grow our own veggies. The state we live in just passed legal recreational use for marijuana. Woohoo! Well, kind of passed. It still has a few hoops to make it through, but it's probably going to make it. Personally, I don't smoke, but my husband used to a lot before we had our son. Okay, so she's like, nah, weed, you know?
Mm-hmm. I bet you this is Missouri, because Missouri recently, I don't know if any other states had that up on the...
Oh, like to pass it?
Yeah, because I know Missouri definitely did, and it passed.
Yeah, it doesn't say exactly where she's from. He will still smoke maybe 1 to 2 times a month, or if we're at a social gathering and he doesn't have parental responsibilities. The law in our state would allow people to grow up to 8 plants in their own home. My husband wants to do this. I absolutely do not. Okay, I would, like, some people need to smoke in order to take care of their kids. Like, Maybe this is a medical thing for him. Maybe his anxiety doesn't allow him to be around his 3-year-old toddler. I don't know. Just a thought. Even though the state we live in is pretty liberal, it's not Missouri.
So it's not Missouri.
Ding, ding, ding.
Never mind.
This might be Illinois. The area we live in is very, very conservative. Southern Illinois.
Yeah.
Let's go with Bloomington or Springfield or something. I don't want any trouble brought on to us if people find out we're growing weed. I also don't want our son to lose friends if their parents find out, because I've seen how people in our area react to that sort of thing. She's a Karen. Sorry. Okay. Sorry, Karens. I actually like that name. My husband's argument is that he let me get chickens and goats and built areas for them to live by hand.
Let her.
Let's in quotes, by the way.
Oh, I don't like that verbiage.
No.
I told him that he doesn't even smoke much anymore and that I don't want to end up with a bunch of weed at our house that we don't know what to do with. Sell it. Make a profit.
Yeah.
Dip into the illegal part of it. It's not like we could sell it. We'd have to give it away or smoke it. He said he hasn't asked for anything like this before and that it's something he wants to do even if he doesn't smoke very often anymore. Okay. I told him I don't like it and that we should just wait to talk about it until the law for sure passes. He told me that sounds like I'm just waiting for an excuse to say no and that I've already made up my mind. He told me it hardly seems fair that I get to take advantage of living where we do by having animals that I wanted, but he can't do the same thing by growing pot. I told him those things are not even remotely the same because none of the animals we have are illegal at the federal level, and none of them have the stigma that pot does, especially in the area we live in. I don't want our son to be known in school as the kid whose parents grow weed. Stop it with this. Like, why is she putting this on her kid?
Yeah. That's what makes me sad about this whole thing is like she's already making decisions on her life and her family's life based on others' opinions. And that's a really bad road to go down.
Yeah. Our community is small and people gossip. It's pretty much all they do here.
Okay, my thing about this is I understand that
she's
wants,
probably number one gossiper of the town. Just saying.
Sounds like it. She's on Reddit writing in.
Okay, the only thing that I'm on her side with is I understand why she's hesitant to start until it's fully legal. I get that. Yeah. But otherwise, like, where's the compromise? Because, like, marriage is about compromise. Yeah. Like, he wants to do this. He, quote unquote, let her. I don't like that. But, like, she has her things. Yeah. And he wants to do this. But, like, maybe he doesn't need 8 plants. Because let's be realistic. Like, is he going to use that? Like, get, like, 2.
Right. Get, like 2 and maybe, because you have to grow those in, like, a room with special equipment. So maybe he'd need, like, a room in the house.
And, like, I just don't understand, like, are people, like, going into their house when they're not there? Like, how would people even find out about that?
Yeah. And weed doesn't smell unless you smoke it, right? Or does it? Like, when you're growing it?
No, I don't think so. I don't know.
I don't think it has a scent.
It's not just as strong
at that point.
Not as strong as, like, when you smoke it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Listen, I buy mine already prepackaged. I don't grow it. Okay.
Yeah.
Who's got the time for that?
Yeah. There's someone in the plant community, I'm not going to name them, but they live somewhere where it's legal and she has a plant outside. And it's just like a plant. Like, it's not... I don't understand what the issue is. Like, as long as it's been legalized...
What's the problem? It's the stigma behind it is what she's probably getting at. And she's not a smoker herself, so she doesn't get it. But...
It sounds like she needs to take a hit.
Sounds like she should try it.
Take a hit of this, sweetie.
Yeah. I don't know.
So it ends by saying, my husband thinks I'm being unfair and unreasonable since everything I've asked him to help me with, he has done. And now he's asking to do something on his own, not even asking for my help. And I'm telling him I don't want him to do it. I think he's too eager about this. And it's thinking about the impact it could have on our son.
No.
Or he isn't. I think she meant to say he isn't thinking about it. So
she has a stigmatized view of it then. If she's like this quick to be like, our son's reputation, he's 3. Yeah. Like,
Do you want me to read some of the comments? Well, what do we think? Is she the asshole?
Yeah. I mean, Becca was right. There's a compromise. Like, he doesn't need to do the max amount. Like, get a couple plants and see how he likes it. Like, don't full invest in like a whole operation until you know if you can do it, or if you want to do it,
Yeah. It's like hiring employees and bagging it.
Yeah. He's got like the dehydrator. I don't even know how it works, but
sure.
I don't
Sounds
know.
pretty knowledgeable. No,
that woodland nursery theme, we get it.
Oh, we're gonna get her own little cannabis plant. Also, cannabis is kind of hard to grow, so it's like
that's what I've heard.
There's a good chance he's gonna kill it and be like, never mind, because it's not an easy plant to grow.
Yeah.
So,
but also, like, here's the thing: if the town gossips as much as she says it does, people in the town already know that he's smoked before. So what's the big deal?
Mm-hmm.
And if it's legal, like, who cares? Like,
yeah. I wonder if they're like any part of like if this small town or whatever is like really religious, because that's the only thing that I can think that people would get weird is if there was like religious undertones. Or I mean, but small Midwest towns tend to have like a lot of that, so that could be the case too. I agree with the husband. Like, she's done a lot for herself. Like, he can have this one thing within reason,
right?
Yeah. What are some of the comments? Oh, sorry.
Okay. No, I was just going to say, I think maybe he's like going overboard because she has a farm.
Yeah. Also, like, I just don't understand. Like, they probably have at least a couple acres. Like, that would be easy to hide.
Yeah.
Like, what? Are people just walking around their land without them being there? Like, I don't understand why it's even, like, just put it in the back.
Yeah. Yeah, like, people are going to come over and be like, oh, did you know that so-and-so's son's dad is, like, and then all his 3-year-old friends are gonna gang up on him and be like, you're a pothead. Like, he's 3. Someone said, you're the asshole. I'm from a small town in a conservative area whose state made it legal for medical purposes. You're about to find out that a lot of this is judgmental pearl clutching, and that a lot of your fellow townspeople like to get high. Someone else said, I live in a legal state in a conservative area, and almost everyone that partakes has some home grow going on. Lefty, righty, middle of the road, doesn't matter. Weed is the great common denominator. It's not the big deal it feels like to you right now once it becomes legal. The feds aren't going to come and take your children over 8 legal homegrown plants. That said, he should start fooling with it until the law is set, or he shouldn't start fooling with it until the laws are settled. The cops are going to stitch up everyone they can one last time before the law goes through. I'm not sure anybody is the asshole here yet, though. You're the asshole. You're mothering him, driven by old, unreasonable fears.
Mothering him.
It'd be like if you drink a reasonable and mature amount, but he unilaterally announces he's not going to allow you to have alcohol in the house. Shame he hasn't learned to stick up for himself.
Oof. Oh.
That one was very, like, that was a little mean.
Sorry.
A little scathing.
Yeah, well, the internet, you know.
Yeah.
Someone said to do it in a grow tent so people can't see it, which, yeah.
Yeah.
Someone also said, you're the asshole, maybe compromise on 2 to 4 plants instead of 8. So,
Okay. Well, we hit the consensus. Average. That's good.
Yeah.
Half of the Midwest farmers are going to be growing weed soon. Your area is only conservative until they need to raise tax dollars.
Yeah.
We don't even smoke, and my wife has plants.
Oh my gosh.
That was a good one.
Very cool.
That was a good one.
Okay, so she's the asshole.
She's the asshole.
Adam?
Okay. Am I the asshole for letting my house plants dry up? In the past year, I have bought 6 houseplants and have been taking care of them pretty consistently. However, I have a tendency to let them go without water a little longer than they're supposed to, and then give them water before they die. I don't always do this, but I find it kind of interesting to see how the water brings them back to life, and I guess it adds drama to their existence, LOL. Yesterday, my wife told me she noticed the plants were looking a little thirsty. When I told her I intentionally let them get a little dry before watering them, she called me an asshole. She said it was messed up to harm a living thing when you don't need to, and I don't deserve to have houseplants if that's how I treat them. Is she overreacting, or does this make me an asshole?
I don't know. No, I don't think they're an asshole.
No.
I don't think so either.
I think she's wildly overreacting, and she's really personifying a house plant.
Yeah. I mean, maybe in her mind, okay, here's where my mind went, because I go to extremes very easily. Maybe in her mind, she's like, this is him torturing a living thing just to see what they do. And maybe she thinks there's something like sinister about that.
It's very Ted Bundy.
Yeah.
I mean, okay. So letting the Fittonia flop is kind of fun. You know, because you could then, if like, okay, or like, you know, that one Instagram that I can't remember his name, but he's constantly doing time lapses.
Houseplant Journal.
Yes. Daryl does it a lot. So like, you kind of have to let it get to a state of thirstiness in order to set that shot up. I mean, he's not saying he's doing that, but you know what I mean? Like, it's not going to kill the plant if you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
No, I mean, yeah, but that's so much better than overwatering. You know, I would rather err on the side of. I would say that there's Hoya out on my shelf for right now that look wrinkly AF because they're like, bro, I'm thirsty, and I'm like, I just watered you 3 days ago, and I hate that it's summer here already and that everything dries up so quickly. But I'm like, you're just gonna wait until I feel like it, you know? And it is kind of fun to watch them plump back up, and you know, out over a day.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that's like normal houseplant person behavior. But like, I will say, if you do that like all the time, your plants are going to get dry rot, because I experience dry rot all the time. Okay, I can say all the time, but like multiple occasions that has happened to me because I do let my plants dry out a little too much sometimes.
That one hasn't gotten dry rot yet.
It probably does have dry rot. I just don't water it, so I don't know. Yeah, there's a plant in my office where we're recording and that I literally have not watered since we moved here, and it is still alive and it is putting out new growth.
I'm like, what plant is that?
And it's in the dark too. I do not understand.
It's in the dark.
Super weird. But I don't think they're an asshole. I think that's like a personal preference for how you care for your plants. And I don't think that's like, there's no scale of like goodness. I don't think there's no morality to taking care of plants.
Right.
Okay. Well, do you want me to read some of these comments?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a lot of people that are like, you're the asshole. UTA. You're the asshole. I hate to tell you this, but I'm on your wife's side. If you want to run experiments on your plants, how your plants react to water, fine. But then you need to actually run it like an experiment. Your plants do not like drama. Your plants are stressed. Your plants will not live as long because you're treating them like this. This person says, this reads as slightly psychopathic, to be honest. Why have a living thing if you're not going to care for it correctly? This one, you're the asshole. Please don't get a pet ever. Just picturing you intentionally starving a poor dog to add some drama to your existence. And then someone said, if you need some power play, get it from something or someone that can give consent. WTF.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess. See, I understand, but it's just not that serious.
It's not that. That's the thing. It's not that serious.
Yeah.
But when you think about it in that aspect, like torturing something, I guess.
I mean, if it's like a situation where like you can clearly tell it needs water, and they're like, oh no, but I need to give it a couple more days because I want to see it get even closer to the brink. Like, that's a little weird. But I would never. Yeah. I don't know. Like, my Hoya probably bloom because they're stressed out, because sometimes I let them go a little too dry, a little too long.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that that's a psychopathic thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think if this was showing up in other parts of his life, then it would raise a red flag. But if this is like a singular issue, it's like
not.
I don't know if it's really all that serious. But I mean, when you put it plainly, like he's gaining like pleasure or entertainment from the plant shriveling up and dying and like watching that does make him sound kind of strange. But so I don't know, maybe he is the asshole, because that's weird, because like with all of us, we're not like, oh, like let's see what happens if I wait 3 more days.
We're just
like we're not
prioritizing.
We're not like getting off on it. We're just kind of like,
we're just
God, I don't want to do that right now.
Yeah, depression is really stopping me from doing this, and I need to do it.
Yeah. That's, I guess that one's like, I don't know.
Yeah, that one's kind of tricky.
That is a little bit tricky. I mean, I don't think he's an asshole. If you don't water your plants and then someone's like, hey, they look thirsty, and you're like, oh yeah, well sometimes I let them go a little too dry because of this. Like I like watching them, perk back up or whatever. I don't know. It feels weird. Like I guess you could look at it. I could see both sides of the argument. Yeah. I just don't really think he's an asshole. I don't think they're an asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let us know what you guys think. I think this one will be a toss-up.
Yeah, it's a little hard to choose.
Yeah. Okay, we've got one more.
Yep.
This one is... Okay, it says, am I the asshole for taking all of my neighbor's plants?
Oh, shit, yes. Sorry.
Okay. I live next to a couple whom I'm friendly with, but not much past how are you, and chat about things in the neighborhood. Last week, I was out for a morning walk and noticed Amber, they just used their name. Okay, that's bold. Ooh. And noticed Amber lugging a butt ton of plants from her backyard to her porch. She said hello, so I stopped by to chat and see if she needed help. Looked like she was starting her own landscaping company. Turns out she finally felt inspired to work on the new garden that she's been planning for months. She ripped out everything she's currently had and was going to put it on the curb as freebies. I've always wanted to turn my lawn into a nice garden, so I felt like I struck gold. I offered to pay her because there was a substantial amount of shrubbery, but she refused. I wheelbarrowed everything over to my backyard, brought her some pastries as a thank you, offered cash again to help her with her new garden. She refused, and that was that. I spent the weekend with my boyfriend replanting everything, and our backyard looks great. What an ideal situation.
That's fantastic. That took a turn.
Like, perennials are not cheap.
Yeah.
And they're probably big, too. Okay, everything looked great. Until I get a knock on my door yesterday from her husband. Turns out, he said she gave permission for him to tell me this. She struggles with bipolar and was going through a manic episode. There is no quote-unquote new garden that she's been plotting for months, just a bipolar-induced attack on their backyard that she now regrets.
Oh, no.
She's too embarrassed to talk to me herself. I get it. I struggle with depression up the asshole, and the fewer people that I have to explain myself to, the better. But she wants her plants back.
Yeah.
Apparently that garden was her baby, and in a fit of mania, she destroyed it. I'm sad for her because shitty decisions when you're in the mental toilet suck, but like everything is already planted in my backyard and I'm not willing to put in the effort to dig everything up. It'll look awful, and yeah, that's what they're dealing with now, but not my fault. I nicely told him pretty much that, and he just said okay and left. Now when I see them, they completely ignore me. I've crossed paths with them 3 times since, and her husband waved, but she didn't even look at me. I saw them taking soil and compost bags out of their car today, and Amber looked really upset and not at all excited to be working on a new garden. My boyfriend thinks I should offer to give at least some of them back because I'm not exaggerating. She gave me a ton of plants. I just don't want her to think she can be rude to me after her mistake and then get what she wants. Am I the asshole?
Okay.
Oh, yeah. It's just so many layers.
There's a lot of layers. But here's the thing.
Yeah.
She doesn't understand mental health, clearly. She doesn't understand what a manic episode is, I don't think. And if she does, then she's the asshole. Because she's like, I don't think that she should, like, someone who's dealing with that they're not in the right mental state to be able to, like, think about somebody else's feelings.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not saying that it's right, but I would have given all those plants back. I would have been like, you can dig them up, but I'm not doing the work.
That's what I would say, I think. I would say if you want to dig, like, yeah, I dig them up though.
And also, if I like messed up my yard to do that, then I would probably be like, you know, maybe you could do something to make this look decent for now until I could fix this. Because now my property is, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a hard situation because I can fully understand both sides. Like, and, you know, I don't have bipolar, so I can't fully, like, I don't fully understand, like, the need to do that. But at the same time, it's like, it happened, and they're just trying to fix it now, like, trying to undo it now.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think, Adam?
It's so tricky. You know, I kind of feel like the way they were saying this stuff felt kind of asshole-ish to me. You know, like the one she was like, it's not my fault that she was in an episode and decided to destroy her own garden. I'm like, yeah, but like,
she didn't decide to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
but then conversely, if she would have put them out on the curb for anyone to take, and some people take them that were complete strangers, she wouldn't have been able to get them back then either. So like, it really sucks that it was your next door neighbor that you have to like look in and see and stuff. But like, if that neighbor didn't take them and someone else did, she'd be in the same position. I think if I was that neighbor, I would just offer the money. I would just send money and be like, here, like. And also, like, some of the plants, if she would be okay with like digging up some of them.
Yeah,
it's tricky.
Yeah.
That is tough.
But the husband though should be the mediator here. I feel like he shouldn't be giving her the cold shoulder. Like maybe his wife, who had the manic episode, just, you know, she's mentally unstable to begin with, so you can't I wouldn't like expect her to be like overly happy about the situation, but he should at least be understanding to it.
Well, it sounded like he was, because he was still like waving.
Okay. And he like said okay and like walked away. Like he didn't argue about it.
You know, but if my spouse had something like that and I went over and explained it to someone and they were like, yeah, too bad, sorry, I think I would be a little pissed. I would be
that's true.
Like, it wouldn't be easy for me to be like, you know, oops, it was our fault, I guess. Like, you know, you would expect some sort of like decency of like, okay, well, like, can we come to a middle ground here? Not like, I'm not going to rip up my entire backyard, but like, what were some of her favorite things? And like, let's talk about that, you know?
Yeah. I was going to say, like, maybe there's like, I don't know how many there were, but if there was like 15, like 5 to 7 of her favorites, like, right. And then let's replace them since the hole's already dug.
Right.
I mean, yeah, it's hard because you can see both sides. I mean, it is a lot of work to plant a lot of plants, but at the same time, like, I don't know if it's worth that awkward energy.
Yeah, that's your neighbor.
Yeah, and presumably they live in like a subdivision. They're going to see each other a lot. Like, I don't know if that's worth the awkward. Like, it's a shitty situation, but I don't know if I would have said no. I probably would have just been like, well, if you want to dig them up, then let's just do this really quick. Because it honestly, if there's multiple people, it wouldn't take that long. But also, how are the plants going to take a third transplant?
Right.
There's that too. Will the plants even make another move? I don't know. Depends on how many days.
I mean, I almost feel like this is like the husband's fault. Like, okay, I'm trying to think of what I would do in that scenario, and I probably would be like, listen, babe, like, I understand like this happened, but let's build you a new garden.
Yeah.
Like, let's leave those there. You can look at them, you can enjoy them. They're planted, they look beautiful, but let's get you all those same plants, or like buy you a new, you know, because asking for them back is like, that is awkward.
Yeah. It's a big ask. And not that it's his fault at all, but I wonder where he was when she was digging all of this up, because there was never a plan. So was he just sitting in the house? And I don't know, maybe this happens a lot. So he's just like, I'm just going to let her do her thing.
Yeah.
And
or
it'll
he was
pass.
At work or something.
Yeah. Maybe he was away.
Yeah.
But like, if I was around and my partner started doing this, I'd be like, whoa, like.
But also it makes me think of how long manic episodes last, because she did say like She took the plants. She brought her cookies. She offered money. Like, they had like a full day of interaction, it sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they can. I mean, I feel like they can last for quite some time. Yeah,
I think
it's
like months.
Yeah,
really?
It's like
how
peaks and
awful.
troughs.
Do you remember when Gabby Hanna was having like
Yeah,
and I don't know, it might still be happening. I don't know.
Was so...
No, it's not.
That was awful.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember that.
And that
was fully invested in that.
Weeks and days, and there was officers coming to her house and checking all the time. I mean,
yeah, that was wild.
I don't know. I mean, again, I've never experienced that or known someone who did, so I feel like my perspective is like not even that valid. But
yeah, it's an awkward situation, and I don't know if there's like a good fix, but I feel like there could be a middle ground here, and if there's a complete, like, you know, I think you would be the asshole if you're not willing to find a middle ground.
Right.
Yeah.
What did the comments say?
Okay, well, they have an edit. So, edit. Reading through the business y'all sent me, and I've decided I'm going to give her a $100 gift card to our local nursery and see if she wants help planting. Someone made a great point with that these plants will likely be dead within a week, lol, especially if they get moved again. Mm-hmm. So the OP got Amber a gift card and is offering to help plant new stuff, but still not giving plants back. Let's see.
Well, she's probably saying that because people were like, the plants are going to die if you dig them up.
Yeah. Which, depending on the time of year, like, that's definitely a possibility.
Yeah, like even hostas, they're so sustainable, but still like, or resilient, I mean.
Yeah. Okay, so this person says, you're the asshole. I was wavering between you're not the asshole and you're the asshole, but this sealed it for me. I just don't want her to think she can be rude to me after her mistake, then get what she wants.
Yes.
That rubbed me the wrong way too. Because she clearly doesn't, like, the OP doesn't understand like how it works then.
Right.
If that's how they're seeing it. Because that's not at all presumably what this person, the vibe. Yeah. Like, that's not the vibe. It says, lady, you just got tons of free plants from your neighbor because she was in the middle of a manic bipolar episode. She's not being rude. She's embarrassed and hurt. Her not being chipper and friendly with you doesn't translate to rude. If you want a decent relationship with her, go buy a nice house plant and some more pastries and go give them to her and offer again to pay for the plants. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. And then, this person is saying, offer them money again and don't skimp on it. Calculate in your head how much you would have had to pay for your new garden and offer that money again and be nice and understanding about it. You're the asshole. Having a good relationship with your neighbor is worth its weight in gold.
Yeah, that's true.
100%.
Yeah. And then this person, the last one I'll read, says, you can often split smaller plants. They look skimpy until they fill back in, but you and her could work together to rebuild both gardens with a combo of your money and splitting some of the plants. Ask for her help too, since she obviously has some know-how. Yeah, a good relationship with a neighbor is worth its weight in gold. After all, they will be around when you're on vacation.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good point. You can try splitting the plants. This way, if they do die, you didn't kill the whole plant. Mm-hmm. It's like propagating, you know?
Yeah, this one says OP should offer to give back any plants that hold true sentimentality.
That's what I was going to say, too. Like, if there's any heirloom things in there, then for sure you should attempt to give it back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But my guess is we're looking at like hostas, maybe some bushes, maybe some rose.
I think it said like shrubs and stuff.
Yeah, that stuff's so replaceable. But landscaping is not cheap. Like, with the soil and the fertilizer and like
those plants like can be like $40 each depending on how big. Mm-hmm. It's not cheap at all, and they come back every year, but still it's like expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Yikes.
That one's hard. I thought these would be like more funny.
I know, we need some funny ones for the Patreon.
Oh man.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, well, I'm excited to hear what you guys think. Stories 1, 2, and 3. Who's the asshole in these 3 stories? It's hard. I think a lot of these, it just feels like a toss-up.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to say one way or the other.
The pot one was a pretty solid "you're the asshole" for me.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Let us know what you guys think. And should we close it out?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you guys have any final thoughts? I feel weird. Like, why do I feel weird right now? I don't know.
Any final thoughts?
Yeah. So thank you guys so much for listening and looking forward to hearing what you guys think on Instagram. And if we have more of these, so if you liked this episode, we could possibly do this again.
Yeah, it was fun.
Am I the Asshole Part 2? And maybe if our listeners have stories.
Ooh, I'd love to hear that.
Me too.
That would be really interesting. Like people writing in of past scenarios or current scenarios.
Yeah, send us an email.
Am I the asshole for always leaving plants in my sink? Oh.
Possibly. Possibly, but we don't care. They'll get over it. So if you have an Am I the Asshole story, feel free to email it to us at pottedtogetherpodcast@gmail.com. And otherwise, you can find us on Instagram at pottedtogether. That is our joint Instagram where we talk about new episodes. We also have individuals. So Nicole is My Clean Leaves. I am De La Plants. And Adam is Not Dude, KNOT. And we have a Patreon, which we have mentioned a few times. So if you love the dynamic, you want to hear more chit chat, we don't really talk about plants on Patreon. So it's just us. And so if you want to join that, we have a singular tier.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe in the future we'll have two. I don't know.
Maybe
we'll hire the baby and she'll edit the new episodes.
Let's go.
Then
good old child labor. Woo.
Anyway.
When I say things like that, or when we say things brave yet controversial, I always imagine us being big in like 10 years and someone using it as a sound bite.
It's like a sound. Yeah, like Potted Together supports child labor. Oh no.
Listen to this. Nicole said child labor. Woo!
Nicole, you cannot run for president, all right? Fucking
I
vibes.
know. Fuck it.
Yeah, we're done. Anyway, thank you guys for listening, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.
Gear Patrol calls their new dive watch the best sub-$500 dive watch. Full stop. Men's Health rated them as the most stylish solar watch in the game. Who are we talking about? It's Movement. They're leveling up your gift giving with the sleekest watches you can buy and the biggest deals of the season. Shop 30 to 50% off Movement's innovative California clean watches, jewelry, and accessories with fast free shipping and returns now at mvmt.com. That's mvmt.com.